Living with BPD can be an absolute nightmare. The emotional shifts, the constant changing of the way that you perceive yourself, the struggle to relate to other people. Yes, I know, living with BPD is hard. But the one gift that I've given myself as someone with BPD is meditation. Meditation and specific meditation techniques have completely transformed my life. What's more, having taught many people with BPD to meditate, I'm pretty convinced that BPD makes us uniquely suited to be excellent meditators. When I first started meditating back in my 20s, I didn't even know I had BPD because I hadn't been diagnosed yet. All I knew was that my emotions were a mess. I was an extremely emotional guy, and I'm pretty sure that I've shed more tears than any other man in history. I should probably contact the Guinness Book of Records on that one. Somebody whom I was very fond of suggested that I start meditating because they thought it might be very beneficial for me. I respected this person very much, and so I started meditating. And at first, I just started doing your quintessential mindfulness of breath practice. Well, let me tell you, immediate game changer. And that was just the beginning. When I started doing mindful breathing, what I noticed was that mindfulness created a sense of space between me and my emotions. So instead of becoming immediately consumed by an emotion the moment I started to feel it, I was more able to say, there's an emotion going on over there, but I don't need to sink into that. And so it gave me emotional control. But that was just the very beginning. With my love for meditation completely ignited, I went on a journey of discovering both myself and meditation. Let me tell you, I've researched meditation for more than 20 years now, and indeed become a meditation teacher in the process. And what I've learned is that meditation can help with every aspect of BPD. It's not just about calmness. Meditation also can help with how we relate to other people. It can give us a more stable sense of identity. It can reduce the effects of things like dissociation. It can change virtually every part of the life of the person with BPD. It did for me, and it can for you. So let's now discuss some of the best meditation techniques for people with BPD, what you'll get out of them, and why you will be better at them than the average person. Firstly, mindful breathing. This, of course, is when we simply observe the breath moving through the body. What you'll get out of this is it's going to help you to be calm and have better emotional regulation and more mental stability. So why would you be better at that than the average person? Well, research from Lutz et al. In 2008 showed that people who are emotionally sensitive, which by George certainly is true for us people with BPD, people who are emotionally sensitive are more able to tune in to the calmness that we cultivate during mindful breathing. And once you begin to feel calm during mindful breathing, you're more likely to be able to stick with it. This is something that I've certainly observed in my own meditation students, and I was really delighted when I found out that science actually backs this up. Next, any form of meditation in which you're cultivating certain character strengths. For instance, let's say you're doing Buddhist bhavanas such as metta, otherwise called loving kindness. You're cultivating love and kindness. So people with BPD tend to struggle with having a fixed sense of identity. A really good meditation technique for fixing that is any form of meditation in which you reflect on your personality or in which you deliberately cultivate certain personality traits or strengths. So, for example, Buddhist bhavanas, to use the Buddhist lexicon, they're about cultivating personality strengths such as metta, loving kindness, in which we are cultivating love, kindness, and compassion, and so on. So those forms of meditation, where you're cultivating a specific personality trait, they're going to be really good for people with BPD because they help to give you more of a sense of identity. And you're also going to be really, really good at them. The reason that you will be really, really good at them is because you are more flexible in your person. You have a more flexible identity. And I've seen this again in my lessons. When I do like loving kindness or something like that, karuna, bhakti, any form of meditation in which we are cultivating personality strengths or personality traits, people with BPD, I'm always amazed at how quickly they can take on those traits like compassion, like love, take on those traits and really embody them. It's a lot harder for people who do have a very rigid and fixed sense of identity. They can have like such a solid and unchanging view of who they are that you try to say to them, well, okay, let's meditate on compassion. And if they don't consider themselves to already be a compassionate person, then it can become very, very difficult for them to adapt themselves to that personality trait. But not so with people with BPD, who can very quickly take on whatever trait it is that we're meditating on. And how about reflective or contemplative meditations? For instance, let's say we're reflecting on gratitude. Well, let me tell you, through my teachings, the moment I get somebody with BPD, and myself as well, to think about gratitude, to think about one thing they're grateful for, the moment they think of that one thing that they're grateful for, it's like their entire mind becomes set on gratitude and they can quite quickly think of a billion other things that they're grateful for. And so, as you can see, BPD makes you better equipped to be an excellent meditator. Oh, and finally, let's discuss teaching. I also believe that BPD makes us better meditation teachers. Now, I can only speak from my own personal experience here, but as a meditation teacher with BPD, I can connect with my students on a profoundly deep level. I've been through the stigma of having a serious mental health condition. I've faced the emotional roller coaster. I've gone through dissociation and identity diffusion. Good God, have I been through identity diffusion? And because of that, I can connect with my students on a profoundly deep level. And I believe, and I know from feedback, that my students appreciate that, and it helps them and it encourages them to achieve that transformation that they're looking for. Listen, if you're facing BPD, if you love someone with BPD, maybe even if you have a friend with BPD, meditation can be a game changer. That much I promise you. When I look back on my life, discovering meditation was a turning point. It was what gave me control of my mind and control of my life. And as I've discussed, it isn't just about calmness. Please, if you have this idea that meditation is just about calmness, please try to look a little deeper. With meditation, yes, you can calm your mind. You can balance your emotions. You can rebuild your sense of self. You can even create the feeling of support that will help you to overcome the stigma and the loneliness that I know from first-hand experience comes with this condition. Meditation can change your life. And I would be honored to help you with that. I am deeply passionate about helping people with BPD because I have it myself and because I know how much of a challenge it is. Now, if I can help you in any way, reach out to me. If you want to take private lessons with me, that's fantastic, and you can do so on thedailymeditation.com. But also, just feel free to reach out to me. Send me a comment. Leave a comment. Send me a message. Whatever. Just reach out to me. I'm here for you. And yes, I promise you, you have the power to use meditation to change your life as someone with BPD. I did it, and there's nothing special about me. So if I can do it, you can do it. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I'll see you next time.